But then it was the Knicks playing great basketball. Mikal Bridges, another fantastic game. He had 23. And Jalen Brunson tonight for the Knicks, 32 points, 9 assists. And the Knicks now lead this series 3-0 as they win tonight 108-94. Fans outside MSG at the watch party loving this as the Knicks are on the verge. One more win needed to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Great to have you with us here from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Hahn. No OG Anunoby. Knicks win anyway. No team in the history of the NBA playoffs has come back after being down 3-0. Mikal Bridges now joins us from Philadelphia. Mikal, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on another great game. No OG Anunoby tonight. How'd you guys do it without him? I will try to get Mikal wired up here in a couple of moments. But no Anunoby.
Yep.
They were able to hold Maxey in check again. They got great bench play, especially from Landry Shamet, and they're on the verge of making the Eastern Conference Finals.
You always wonder in games like this, when you lose a key player, who's it going to be that steps up and fills in the blank? All season long, the Knicks have had different unsung heroes step up and have big games for them in wins. Tonight it was Landry Shamet off the bench, ready to play in this game, and the bench was a huge part of the story. And also, the story of the playoffs so far for this Knicks team has been their ability in the moment of a game to deliver that kill shot, that knockout punch. And that came when the Sixers cut it to 4, and all of a sudden it felt like this was going to be a grinder down the stretch. Knicks went 17-4 right after that, outscored the Sixers, ran them right off the court. And another game where it looked like the Knicks having their depth showed in the fourth quarter because that Sixer team, once again, looked tired late. The Knicks had better legs. The Knicks had a deeper bench. And the Knicks were able to deliver another knockout blow. And now up 3-0, looking at Sunday as potential knockout blow to win the series.
Knicks bench outscored the Sixers bench 29-11. And I think the point needs to be made. OG Anunoby, so critical, obviously. But these Knicks have all played.
Yes.
So when Landry Shamet's out of the rotation and then he comes back out of the rotation, or Jordan Clarkson in and out, the point is, if it's Alvarado, Deuce McBride, if these guys are called upon, it's not like they haven't been called upon during the regular season. And I think that is a key point. All the credit in the world to Landry Shamet. His effort at the end of the first quarter got the Knicks back into the game.
Absolutely did. When he got into the game, he was a game changer. It's also a credit to these pros that are on this bench. I mean, that's what you're looking for. Alvarado, a pro, stayed ready, had impact in the previous series and early in this series. Landry Shamet we're talking about tonight because he's a guy that had been out, hadn't really played much at all, but yet stays ready, knows when his number is called to be ready, and that's key as well. Mitchell Robinson off the bench, what he's been able to do, and I thought he had big minutes with Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble. You just look up and down. Jordan Clarkson, we've talked about a lot, a guy that was out of the lineup for a while and didn't get down on himself, didn't complain, didn't grumble, stayed ready, worked on some things, and now he's an effective player. That's part of the year. As you said, throughout the year, has always been a player who's had a game here and there. And so now in these moments, you can now use that. Confidence comes from demonstrated performance. Every single one of the guys coming off the bench has had a game or two during the season where he's been the X factor. And then tonight, Landry Shamet did it again.
All right, Alan, let us now get post-game reaction in Philadelphia from Mikal Bridges.
Mikal, what can you say about the performance tonight that you gave this?
Playing desperate. That's really it. Just doing whatever it takes to win. And that's really it.
What did you think about the atmosphere tonight?
It's great, you know what I'm saying? You know the Philly fans going to bring it, but, there's a lot of New York fans are here, and we appreciate it every single time. It's great.
This team has really embraced the next man up mentality. OG is out. What can you say about how everybody stepped it up tonight?
Yeah, everybody step up. Next man, we know how much OG means to the team, how much he impacts the team, and we're going to do it for him every time he's out. And Landry, Deuce, JC, everybody stepped up. Jose, who's been playing too, everybody's stepping up and giving great minutes.
Up 3-0, what's it going to take to close it out?
0-0, keep playing desperate.
Mikal Bridges, Allen, 23 points and the great defense on Tyrese Maxey. That's 4 straight games now. Bridges averaging 19 a game over those last 4 after he was really struggling.
Struggling in that early part of the series. I thought he ended the Hawks series, though, on a high. He had a terrific Game 6. When the Knicks play with pace is when he's really at his best, and you're seeing the Knicks play with a lot more pace with their offense. They're not letting the Sixers defense get set. And for Bridges, all these cuts, look at all these baskets. This is not one-on-one stuff that he's doing. This is quick decision stuff. And this right here ended the kill shot. 17-4 run was on that bucket right there, and give him the robot as you're heading back to the bench. But you can see it. First of all, guy from Philadelphia was drafted by the Sixers, traded on draft night. This is personal for him. Villanova guy as well. Success in that building he's used to. And look at his last 4 games, Bill. Look at the shooting percentages. I do feel like rhythm for him offensively is everything, but also his impact on defense can't be understated. Like overstated. You got to understand. He came into this game defensive field goal percentage in the first 2 games of this playoff round. He's holding opponents. Anybody on the Sixers that he guards shot under 37% coming into this game. I can't wait to see the numbers coming into in this game, because his defense, his deflections, those are all part of getting the Knicks up and down the floor, scoring off turnovers.
Tyrese Maxey averages 21 shots a game. Bridges doing most of the defense on Tyrese Maxey. Maxey tonight took only 12 shots. He's been a non-factor, and this is one of the top guards in the entire NBA. Let's take you through the second half. That's when the Knicks, as Alan pointed out, really turned it on, especially in the fourth quarter. But it was an 8-point lead for the Knicks at the half, and then they started taking control of the game. We got some action here in the third quarter, but it was the fourth quarter where the Knicks really took control. Sixers only scored 18 fourth-quarter points.
Well, remember, in the third quarter, what was happening was the Sixers knew, because they were able to get a lucky bounce 3 at the end of the half to make an 11-point game into an 8-point game. And then they said, third quarter, we got to come out. We got to do something. The Knicks knew it. They've been in this situation before, and they answered almost every time the Sixers did something. And, of course, Jalen Brunson, well, he just took over. You talk about comfortable in that building. He goes for another 30. Remember, his closeout game in that playoff series a couple of seasons ago in Game 6 was a 41-point performance. So he turned it up. The Knicks turned it up, answered every shot the Sixers tried to throw at them, and now you have tied for the longest playoff winning streak in franchise history. Look at the years. Those are championship-era years going back, but the 99 team got to the NBA Finals, and that run that team went on, winning the last game in the first round, sweeping the middle round, and then winning Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what we're talking about here. More Knick history being made by this team on this run.
So we mentioned no OG Anunoby. One of our talking points before the game, Cat's got to stay out of foul trouble. He was in foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble all series, has put up numbers, but not in this one. It didn't matter that he scored only 8 points.
Well,
the Knicks are able to get it done, and Cat goes 8 points. He does grab 12 rebounds.
12 and 7.
But he only played 25 minutes again.
It's unbelievable. And I did warn you in the pregame. What did I tell you? Like, what are the Sixers going to do? They're going to go at him. They're going to play physical with him. They're going to try to get him to look like this stuff, too. And by the way, can we just say, this stuff is embarrassing for the NBA. And I'm not talking about the fouls for Towns. I'm talking about that stuff. This Embiid is as big as Cat.
Can't move,
he's
though.
flopping and flailing and whatever he can do to draw a foul. How's that not a foul? Doesn't make sense. But he plays through it. This, ridiculous. This was overturned. Towns was given the foul. He got thrown to the ground and landed on. It's bizarre. We're seeing it around the league. You watched the Thunder-Laker game last night. I mean, there's some awful calls and non-calls in that game. But there's a lot of flopping happening. This is nothing new to Embiid. This is what he's been doing. And really, with his lack of mobility, it's all he's got. Because anytime that Towns was able to drive towards him or at him, went right by him. So he knows I've got to stay close to him, and I've got to tie him up, and I've got to draw him into physical play and try to get fouls. And it has worked for them in this series, but it hasn't cost the Knicks games. And you say he didn't do much in this game, but in 26 minutes, he had 12 rebounds and 7 assists.
Right.
I understand.
The scoring, though.
3 of 8. He didn't shoot it well. He had a couple of easy ones that he didn't knock down. But I still, again, when you think about the frustration of being in foul trouble and not contributing early in the season, would he have given you 12 rebounds and 7 assists, or would he have disappeared? So you're still getting something out of him, despite the fact that for him, this is a maddening series for him to play in because they won't let him play.
His playing time in the 3 games